Hello everybody, happy Tuesday. I am coming to you today with Tip Tuesday. All right, since again we're not having too many class opportunities, I'm going to do my best to bring you some crafting at home. Okay. And I got to just tighten up this camera. All right, this one's going to be a fast one. Hey, Erin, how are you? I was thinking about you today. I was thinking I haven't heard from you much. Hopefully that means you are busy with something good. All right, camera, do me a favor and be still. Sorry, Mommy Pudgy Pudgy. Oh, hey. All right. I was trying to do this a little bit earlier, but I think this is as good as it gets. Okay, camera tight. Move it up just a little bit. Someday I'll learn how to make the camera go horizontal so you don't see the end of my wood fake table up there. Listen, guys, this is as raw as it gets, but ignore that and get ready to have some fun. Okay, this is one of the cards that we made at the summer retreat the last weekend in June before when things were going well and we could all gather together with a mask. Hi, Callie. Hi, Erin. Okay, I'm going to read the comments later, but you guys just keep on commenting because I'm going to do this tutorial. I'm going to try to do it in 10 minutes, and I'm going to show you 2 tips. Okay, so we're going to call this Tip Tuesday, and I have put the item numbers to the additional tools that I'm going to show you about in the description of the video. I also put the host code, so if you decide that you want to order from my website, thecraftingmermaid.com, you can use that host code. If I see that you do that, I will send you a little something nice from me, a little bonus something, okay? All right, so first tip I'm going to show you is how I got this ombre effect on the flower dies. The second tip that I'm going to show you is how to take out all the little pieces easily from that flower die. Okay, let's talk about that flower die for a second. Also, we're going to put this on a white background instead of a black background. And I'm going to flip over the Artistry Blooms DSP that I used. I'm going to try the green side this time for a more warm look. We'll see. Heavier on the green, lighter on the purple. All right, let's put that aside. So first, let me show you the set that we're working with today. It's called Hand Drawn Blooms, and the die is called Banner Blooms Dies. You can find these on the website if you type in Artistry Blooms or either of those things I just said. Look at this cool die. It's one big piece. It makes for pretty quick casual style card. And then it has some extra flowers and leaf. But again, we're going to see if I can do this in 10 minutes. Okay, I'm going to put that away. So this is part of the Artistry Blooms suite. You can buy the whole suite, which would come with the stamp set, the dies, the paper, the DSP paper that we're working with, some beautiful ribbon, and I think some embellishments. It's a real steal when you get it all together. Okay, step number 1, I'm going to bring in the Big Shot. Again, we're getting new cut and emboss really soon. So same technique that I'm going to show you today is going to work with the new cut and emboss that's available to you guys September 1st. Okay, so I have my die. Oops, what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting a piece of paper. That's okay, because I have my trusty little panel box over here that I made for some friends. This has dividers. This is where I keep pre-cut paper. And I'm going to put the paper down first. Okay, we're going to make a sandwich, by the way. Let me stop for a second. This is the magnetic board. Your new one will have the same type of setup. This is the board. You can see a million cut marks in it that I put the paper down first. And then you'll see the dies have a rough side and a smooth side. Rough goes down. We're cutting into that plastic. You see how that clicked? Because I'm using the magnetic board. I'm going to twist this just a little so that the whole thing fits on the page. Can I do it? Can I do it? Ooh, that's close. Let me scooch it down a little bit. I know I'm going to cut off just a tiny bit of that stem and this one, but I think for the most part that's pretty darn close. Okay, now, oh, tip number 3, a shim. A shim is just an extra piece of cardstock. Sometimes I have to use it for very intricate dies, so that's going to go along with tip number 2 about how to get all the little pieces out. When you add a shim before adding the next top plate, the little sandwich that we make, so it's like adding a slice of cheese to your turkey sandwich here. Just kidding. Can anyone tell that this vegan is like dying for some real old protein? Just kidding. I'm doing okay, guys. It's been 6 months. Some days it's hard. All right, then I like to roll it through twice, the sandwich, okay? Roller. Again, new machine. It's gonna look a little different. Folds up, so the design style is gonna be different. It's gonna be more portable, but same actions. Okay, now I'm gonna make sure that I at least hold up front, yeah. Perfect. I think that did it. My outsides are coming off okay. All right. So now I'm going to show you how do I get this out of here and how do I get all those little pieces popped out. Let me move this for a moment. Gosh, I wonder how I'm doing on time. Can you guys see how long I've been on? Because I can't. My goal again is 10 minutes. Is the magnetic board new? Nope, it's not new. We it's common to come with these die cutting machines. I have another board that I use because when I'm doing dry embossing, Callie, that's with the folders that you put the paper in like a sandwich and you run it through with one less plate. It needs a different type of pressure. All right, so here's tip number 1. A tool that you guys might have overlooked. Take your pick die brush set. Now what this comes with, first of all, let me tell you what the Take a Pick is. This is the Take a Pick tool. Okay, on this end we have a poker, and when you go like this, it's a scooper to help you with embellishments. Okay, the poker is going to be helpful to poke out some of those pieces of paper too. And on the other end, I have putty. This is really good for picking up sequins before you put it down to the glue, or little pieces of die cut paper. Look, I can even pick up this DSP with it. You see what I mean? So it grabs small things so that maybe you could glue with the other hand and lay it down. Okay, check this out. This guy twists off. Ta-da! Because he's replaceable for one. And then my die brush twists in. How am I doing? 6 minutes. Thanks, Callie. I can do this. I can do this. All right, so put the putty aside. Then this box, you're like, well, what else was in that box? That's a big box for one little brush tool, right? Right here, this foam pad, and it came with 2 of them. You see, I have the other one in the box. I'm going to put it in my closet for when I need to pull it out. So I imagine that over years, this gets worn down from being poked and prodded. You can see I keep more shims in here. In fact, let me put that shim in there. This is basically my die cutting like toolbox. Okay, put the die cut piece in there and go like this. So all these little bristles, like a dish brush, are getting in the teeny tiny holes of the metal die. I'm gonna try to avoid the middle like I didn't do just a second ago. Pop, and I'm gonna pop it out. Try to get all those little pieces first. Because I'm gonna stamp the middle later. Okay, who else is watching? Hi, Alyssa, thanks for joining. Okay, there it is. I didn't even have to use the poker, but remember, if I had to, I could bring the poker and get some small spaces if I didn't get them. So do not overlook in the catalog, the Take a Pick tool is $10. Okay, and the add-on die brush and foam pads are $9. All right, let me get some scrap paper, and now I'll show you the next tools that I want to highlight. Okay, scrap paper. Hopefully this isn't too distracting with all the words on the back. It's just an old shipping receipt from Stampin' Up, okay? You'll use it like this. Okay, how did I get that ombre effect, right? Now I'm going to teach you this. Why it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors when I only used 3. I'm going to open up 3 of my favorite colors that seem to blend well, and one of them coordinating with the DSP here. Okay, I'm going to move this up so you can stop looking at my t-shirt. Sorry for that. 9 minutes. Okay, it's not going to happen, but that's okay. Maybe we can shoot for 12. Maybe. Okay, the brand new Magenta Madness. One of my favorites, Coastal Cabana and Granny Apple Green. Now these are called sponge brayers. I'm going to start with the green. I'm going to keep like colors on one and other like colors on the other so that I don't contaminate my pads too much. In fact, I should like wash it totally off. And the bottom, I'm just going to go green. I'm going to go up a little bit, move up a little bit on the sign, okay? So like the third of the bottom green. Okay, I'm going to try to get all that off so that I can now safely pick up some teal Coastal Cabana, okay? Don't do this at home. You should probably clean your sponge brayer a little bit more than I just did. Okay, then I'm going Coastal Cabana on the second third of the paper, okay? Done. I put the item number for these sponge brayers in the description. Now, they come with 2 handles, but 4 sponge. So that's pretty good. You have replacements or you have extra for color family. Like I said, I just like to keep the color families kind of separate. Ooh, see that? The pink, the top third, and then move it down a little bit. Okay? What do you think? That's it. I could even go down the whole thing if I want. The more times I go over it, the more color saturation I'll get. Ta-da! Okay, how am I doing now, Callie? 9 minutes. That's not bad. Well, that was probably like 10 seconds ago. All right, pretty good. Close my ink pads. Whoops. The rest is really easy, you guys. Showing you how to make a wow card in 10 minutes. And you probably could have made it in 10 because you know I talk a lot. So that's not fair. All right, let's move away the scrap paper. Here's the card base that I already cut and scored earlier. It's half of an 8.5 by 11. Scored in the middle, which is middle of 8.5 is 4 1/4. All right, pretty soon I'll be giving you these dimensions in metric because one of my new team members is from Australia, and that is where, that is probably her comfortable, yeah, there we go, comfortable mathematical language. Okay, so I'm going to put the DSP, I'm just going to put a little glue. That's even a lot of glue. 5 drops would have been enough. I have been using glue lately because I have a shortage of snail. They came out with a new snail and I'm waiting for one to come in the mail. But this Tombow glue is really economical. It's only $4 a tube. And if you guys saw the contest that I had that I'll be sending prizes out for this week, 3 people guessed right that I only used 3 tubes of it to prepare for a crafting retreat of 24 guests. Ha! I think I did pretty good. Okay, so put the DSP down on the card base. I have no idea what that crow outside is yelling about, but he wants our attention. Now what I like to do here, before we adhere that with the glue dots, there's the stamp set that I chose, wishing you a happy birthday. And I'm going to go with a garden green, which is the darker green on the DSP that I chose. Remember, DSP stands for Designer Series Paper. Ink up that stamp, and I'm just going to hover over because I'm using a clear block and I can see where the words should fit in the banner. Ta-da! Beautiful. Ooh, I got a little blur right there, but I'm going to roll with it. They were shaking. Those flowers were waving in the wind. Okay, now I'm going to bring in glue dots. This is my favorite way to adhere some intricate cuttings like this. What I like to do is find the big joints in the back, like this piece here, this piece here, this piece, and randomly bring the paper to the glue dot like this. Okay, ooh, be careful, don't twist me. And then pick it up like that. See? That seems to work really well. Now I'm gonna make sure I put enough. 4, 5, 6 would be good. I want to get it on some of the floral. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it under the cap. This one over here would be a good one. Right here. I just kind of want to evenly disperse them. Maybe one right here. And probably some on the bottom. I also want to do this because when somebody pulls their card out of the envelope, you know, we want that piece to stay down. Okay, looks good. These babies are sticky anyway. You can see how they stick to my fingernails. Okay, how'd I do? Ta-da! Thank you for watching. This is the, again, Artistry Blooms Suite. The stamp set is hand-drawn blooms. The die cuts are called banner blooms. When you buy them together, you save 10%. And when you buy the whole suite, you save 10% plus get all the extra paper and embellishments that go with it. My tip Tuesday was the Take Your Pick die brush tip extension and the Take Your Pick tools and the sponge brayers. Item numbers and host code for those for today's special are in the description. Okay, you guys know how to contact me if you have more information, and I will see you soon. Bye.